Hey friend, it is time for my most favorite harvest of the year. It's time to dig up the potatoes. It is a treasure hunt. I say that every time, but it honestly is for me. It's so much fun. I look so forward to it. I can't wait to get my hands in the dirt and see what grew this year. So if you have watched previous potato harvesting videos of mine, there may not be quite as much to harvest, at least I don't think so, because I didn't plant as much. So I'd mentioned before, I'm trying something new this year. I always do 2 plantings of potatoes. Now we are in zone 6B, we're in South Central Pennsylvania, and my last frost was May the 8th this year, and we have about a 160-day growing season. So for the 2 plantings of potatoes, the first one I plant really early spring, like late March, early April, to be harvested in July, and then I do a second planting right away in July to be harvested in early to mid-October, just depends on the weather conditions. So usually I focus on a bigger harvest, a bigger planting in spring, and then just a small one, like a bed or 2 of potatoes in the fall. Switching it up this year because we don't have a root cellar. I have tried all of the root cellaring hacks, and none of them have worked. I do preserve in other ways like freeze drying and canning, but I really want fresh potatoes to last me as close as possible until the next harvest season, and I have not been successful yet. So my hope is that in focusing on a bigger planting for the second round, they will just last a bit longer and we can have fresh potatoes a bit longer. I'm not after perfection. I just want to improve here as much as possible. I know you can eat a softer potato. I know you can just remove the eyes from them, the sprouts, and you can eat them, and we do, but honestly it comes to a point where it's just like there's no turning back, and I just don't want to eat super mushy potatoes. So I'm just trying something here. We're gonna see how it goes. So I don't have as much planted. I have 2 4x8 beds. I have a small little plot off here to the house that has 3 8-foot rows, and I have another little section in another bed that's maybe like 3x3, 4x4, something like that. So not as big of a first harvest. You will see, at least I don't think so. I mean, I could be surprised. I don't know. We're gonna get out there, we're gonna see what we can find, and then I gotta get to doing that second planting because quite honestly, I'm a bit behind this year. Patty cakes. What you doing? Oh. I'm going to try and do as much by hand first before getting the fork or using this, because I always end up stabbing potatoes, which is always a bummer. It's 5 really nice ones from this one so far. I honestly don't, I don't know where all of the potato plants were. Start brushing away at the surface here. I think every time I harvest a root veggie, I get a few comments that say, you need to use a fork. I don't like using a fork. I like getting in here with my hands. And honestly, I feel like I have less casualties if I use my hands. Even when I start using this, like I don't like using that because I usually end up spearing something and slicing it in half. So I try and do as much as I can with my hands. to save them, but also because I just like enjoy digging in the dirt with my hands. But I will come in here. I will come in here with a fork after I get out what I think is the majority of them and search for others. There's a few like good sized ones. There's lots of these itty bitties. And honestly, I'm wondering, now I've said we've had a really, really hot summer. And the plants are taking a hit. And there's only so much we could do in terms of watering. Watering deeply and well and often. And I'm kind of thinking the plants died back too soon, like they just could not handle the heat. We had a pretty long heat wave, you know, like we're used to a couple days here and there, like maybe even a week, but we had like weeks long heat waves where it would be like 95 plus for like 3 weeks, which is just odd for this area. And like the heat index was over 105 some days. So I think I might see a reflection of that in some of the sizes of these potatoes and possibly the performance of the plants as well. Because, I mean, it's only been 3 plants so far, but I'm definitely seeing less per plant than I normally would. But that can change. We'll see. Whew. Thought that was a bug. It was a piece of dirt. Oh, I like gardening, but I don't like bugs, and I'm seeing spiders. Now this plant has been more like it. This is usually what I have in terms of production per plant. Oh no, I did it again. We'll have to eat that one right away. Okay, one bed done. One overflowing bucket, 5-gallon bucket of potatoes. I'm probably gonna say 30 pounds. I don't know. I could be completely wrong on that. I always relate it to, is this as heavy as my toddler? I don't know. We're gonna weigh it then. We'll find out. Yeah, Patty Cake's got a mouth. She's doing her job. Earning her keep. We're gonna sacrifice, well, maybe we'll sacrifice this. Oh, there's a couple tomato plants. I've got enough cherry tomatoes. Sorry, guys. I'm saying sorry to the plants. They're getting evicted. These are all little raspberry shoots. Oh my goodness.
Over there?
Yeah. They were over in the carrot bed. Guess I should get another bucket. Oh, and I broke one. I knew I was gonna, as soon as I start using the fork, I break one. Okay, my face is a mess. I am a mess all over, but not quite as much from the second bed. Not overflowing like the other, still a decent amount. We noticed with this bed, it is quite a bit more compacted than the other. A lot of really heavy clay in some spots, so we need to work a little harder at amending this one. We're gonna maybe get some mushroom soil if it's still available and get it incorporated in here a bit more. It's also a lot wetter than the other bed, and I'm wondering if it's because of the raspberries right next to them. They're just providing a lot of shade. So I don't know, not as great of a harvest. I planted the same amount of potatoes in each bed, and there were quite a few little ones in that one. So we have one more spot up front, just like a 4x4 section. I'm pretty sure they're purple potatoes. All right, another potato bed up here. Yeah, these are purple. There's a bunch of random stuff in here, probably Grant. These are going to be much harder for you guys to see because obviously they kind of blend in with the dirt. Literally looks like there is one that plant. I know I definitely planted potatoes here. Now I'm second guessing myself. I'm pretty positive I put some purple potatoes in here. What's going on? Why aren't there any? Nice sized one. Okay, so we have 2, 3. This ground here is really compacted too. Holy smokes. What do you need, patty cakes? You're needing all of the attention tonight. Yeah? Final harvest from that space. I'm pretty sure I put 9 seed potatoes in there, and it was about like a 4x4 space, so not a great yield. Oops, for that amount of space. Like I said, it's pretty compacted there, and I think they were getting too much shade from that pumpkin plant in the beginning. So, I mean, it's harvest, right? A harvest is a harvest, no matter how small. Ooh, that was the seed potato. Oh, yuck. That's nice and juicy. Wow. That's a winner. All right, that's from the first row. Right there, I think I had 6 seed potatoes in there. It's about an 8-foot row. Not too bad. My oh my, even despite putting down some straw, something nibbled on that one, there's quite a bit of sun damage. Still usable, but definitely some green happening there. These two especially, but you can just cut that away. Use the stuff on the other side. So first bed, or row, second row, I think a little bit less from that row. I might weigh them just because I'm curious if one row outproduces another. So there's the harvest from the third row. Definitely the least out of the 3. The first did the best, and then the second, and then the third, because we have this big guy, and it is just casting a whole lot of shade on this little plot. So I think this little plot here is going to be no more here behind the medicinal garden at the front of the property, just because of all of the shade that tree provides. And honestly, the ground here is just not workable. You have to build it up. There's tons of roots here from other trees that are no longer here. I guess I could put in some raised beds here if I really wanted to, but honestly, I'm thinking about downsizing the garden just a little bit. Got lots of ideas in my mind, but just, it seems like a waste of space right now for the amount of work, the effort, and all of the seed potatoes used or seeds that I planted in this area. Nothing did well. The peas didn't even do well. And they love shade. They did horribly in this location. So kind of just thinking this area is just not really meant to grow in. A 6.7. Oops. 11.2. Eight. .4. $17.5.
Forgive my voice. Yeah, I'm sick. Again, it's not just me. My husband and my 2 children are sick, and a lot of people in the area are sick. And let me tell you, we just can't seem to catch a break this year. It seems like since 2024 started, we've just been sick on and off all year, and I know a lot of other people who are too, and honestly, it makes me just raise an eyebrow. Like, what is going on? We eat so healthy. We live such a healthy lifestyle. I don't understand. But anyways, forgive the voice. Let me know. Have you dealt with this too this year? Noticed any like strange or like long, prolonged sicknesses, or just getting sick frequently? I'm just curious. Anyways, so just harvested the shallots. I've got 2 boxes of those. Probably gonna end up just freeze drying them. I might hang some of them to use fresh here while they don't last very long, like 2 months or so in storage. Just grabbed some more raspberries and a singular peach from the peach tree we just planted this year. It has like 10 peaches on it. This one was starting to get a little bit soft and it just like kind of fell right off the stem. So we'll see about that one. So in total then, we've got 118 pounds of potatoes from all the beds I've harvested thus far. We just planted 3 more. So I have, it's like 2/3 of a 4x8 bed planted. I have a 4x10 planted and another 4x8 planted. That's all. I only had that much of the seed potatoes, so that's all I could get planted. So hopefully they just produce really well. That should be plenty for us. Right around 200 pounds is honestly enough to make it through the year for us, and I still have a lot of canned potatoes left from last season, so we should be good there as long as those beds produce pretty well. I mean, I can always go and buy potatoes, but they're not cheap to buy like a good quality organic potato in bulk like that. So I'm pleased with what we have so far. I'm glad that I got everything else planted because I'm running out of time here. We don't have a whole lot of time left. It's August in like less than a week somehow. So anyways, thank you for coming along with me. I hope that you enjoyed this little garden treasure hunt, digging up some potatoes. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. Otherwise, I love hearing from you. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love for you to be a part of the community here. You have a blessed week, and I will see you next time. Take care.